Good afternoon, everyone. This is Miss Bowen from PEPCAT. In today's session, we're going to be looking at the social studies performance task. Again, this is one of the other booklets that the ministry shared with the teachers to prepare the students for the examination. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Miss Bowen from PEPCAT. So let's get right into the video, or the document rather. So this is one of the 2019 past papers, the only past paper that was administered. Let's read the instruction. Instructions to begin. Carefully read the introduction to the task and the two sources which follow. Use them to answer the questions in part 1 as well as to write your speech in part 2. Introduction to task. The Winners Project. You are the winner of a cultural competition in your community, Rock Village. As the winner, you are expected to work with your community group to carry out a project which addresses an issue in Rock Village. You have noticed that many people in the community have no interest in some aspects of Jamaican culture. They believe that the Jamaican culture is old and boring and of no benefit to them. As a result, you have decided to do something that will help citizens realize the importance of culture. Your task is to prepare a speech to be presented at the community group's next meeting. In your speech, you are going to outline the plans you have for your community project. Instructions. While preparing for your speech, you did some research and found 2 relevant sources, an article and a table showing various ethnic groups in Jamaica and their contribution to culture. Read the article in source 1 and examine the table in source 2. Use the sources to help you to answer the questions in part 1 and to complete the task in part 2. Source 1, Caribbean Paradise. From being the birthplace of Bob Marley and Usain Bolt to the home of reggae music and mouth-watering jerk chicken, our culture and our people have allowed this little island of Jamaica to stand out on the world map. Our culture is exciting. It's the way we live. Colorful language, spicy food, pulsating music, including pounding reggae beats. Our culture tells us who we are. It is what identifies us and sets us apart, whether home or abroad. Our traditions have lived on through our many festivals. Want to play? The International Kite Festival provides family with the perfect opportunity for fun and relaxation. After all that play, now you have worked up an appetite. Enjoy mouth-watering dishes on display at the Portland Jerk Festival or Curry Festival. Your taste buds will thank you for it. These festivals also create jobs for hundreds of people while keeping our culture alive. So now you have had your fill It's time for Festival of the Performing Arts. In competitions such as JCDC Festival of the Performing Arts, schools compete for bragging rights while showing off skills in music, dance, poetry, art, and much more. Students show off the multiple talents that they have been blessed with. And this forum is also the birthplace of many of our singers, dancers, and visual artists who will later achieve worldwide fame, such as gospel singer Kevin Downswell. Source 2, table showing various ethnic groups in Jamaica and their contribution to culture. The first column reads aspect of Jamaican culture. The second column, ethnic groups. The sub-columns are European, African, Chinese, East Indian. The first row, the musical instruments that were contributed to Jamaica by the Europeans are guitar, piano. The Africans contributed drums and shakers. The Chinese did not contribute any musical instruments. The East Indians contributed cymbals, tambourines, and drums. The foods that were contributed by the Europeans were cakes, buns, and sugarcane. The food that were contributed by Africans are dukunu, mannish water, rundown, and yam. The Chinese contributed sweet and sour chicken, chop suey, fried rice, and the East Indians contributed curry and roti. The religion that was contributed by the Europeans were Christianity. Africans contributed Kumina and Shango. The Chinese contributed Buddhism, and the Indians contributed Hinduism and Islam. The dances that were contributed by European were maypole and quadrille. The Africans contributed Dinkimini, Kumina, and Jankunu, and the Chinese contributed dragon dance. Let's read part 1 of the performance task. And this section of the performance task comes from the theme, Our Culture. And the objective of this part of the task is to categorize different aspects of Jamaica, Jamaican and Caribbean culture, such as dance, music, language, dress, religion, food, according to ethnic groups. The skill that is going to be utilized in this question is evaluating sources, and students are going to be required to identify the source which provides information needed to respond to each question. The instruction reads, now that you have read both sources, answer question 1 and question 2. Question 1 reads, read the instruction in the table carefully. Indicate by shading whether the information from source 1, source 2, or both sources. Provide the answer for each question or to each question. The first question says, which singer contributed to the Jamaican culture? Is that found in source 1 only, source 2 only, or both sources? From my recollection, that was found in source 1 where it spoke about Kevin Downswell. We didn't see any singer in source 2, so we can shade source 1 only. Let's move on to the next part of the table. The next question says, what makes Jamaican culture so diverse? So in source 1, it didn't speak about what makes Jamaican culture diverse. Diversity refers to different aspects or different things that are contributed from different people, in this case, the different ethnic groups. So we can see the diversity of Jamaican culture by what the European, the African, the Chinese, and the East Indian contributed in source 2. So we're gonna select source 2 only. Let's move on to question 2. In question 2, we're going to be examining various sources and drawing conclusion about the benefits of aspects of Jamaican culture, or sorry, aspects of Caribbean culture to Jamaica and the rest of the region. In this question, students are going to be determining the kind of source or sources that may be useful in answering the given question. Source 2 reads, write the answer to question 2A and 2B on the line provided. 2A, which source is more helpful in answering the question below? How can individuals benefit from aspects of Jamaican culture? Well, let's go back to the sources. In source 2, it did not show how individuals can benefit from aspects of Jamaican culture. And by reading over source 1 or briefly skimming over source 1, I'm already seeing some benefits. So I'm gonna go ahead and write source 1. So the source that is more helpful in answering the question, how can individuals benefit from aspect of Jamaican culture, is source 1. Explain why source 1 or the source you have identified, in this case, source 1, is more helpful in your explanation. Give 2 supporting details from the source. So we're gonna go back to the source and find the supporting detail that shows why Jamaican culture is beneficial to individuals, or how individuals can benefit from aspects of Jamaican culture. In this sentence there where it says, these festivals also create jobs for hundreds of people while keeping the culture alive. This shows how individuals can benefit from aspects of Jamaican culture because it provides jobs. We can have that right here. That's one of the sources, one of the evidence from the sources. So I can put evidence 1. Or detail 1. And then I'm gonna look for another detail that shows how individuals benefit from aspects of Jamaican culture. So I'm gonna go ahead with this one to say that And this forum is the birthplace of many singers, dancers, and visual artists who will later achieve worldwide fame, such as Kevin Downswell. So individuals can benefit from the music festivals because it helps them to create a platform or a forum which they can later achieve worldwide fame from. So that's my other evidence. So those are my two supporting details. I can call them evidence or details. Either way, it's okay. All right, let's go with supporting details. Supporting details. Detail 1 and supporting detail 2. Now let's move on to part 2. Part 2 reads, read the task and the information about what to include in your speech, then begin your work. Use information from source 1 and source 2 to help you with your speech. The objective of this question is to categorize different aspects of Jamaican culture and Caribbean culture according to the ethnic groups, examine various sources and draw a conclusion about the benefits of aspects of Caribbean culture to Jamaica and the rest of the region, and to propose ways that can be used to preserve and promote Caribbean culture among Caribbean people. In this item, students are required to read and evaluate the sources, then use evidence gathered from these sources to write an essay describing activities that can be used to promote Jamaican culture in their they are also required to explain how individuals can benefit from participating in these activities. The task reads, you are now going to write a speech about your community project. In your speech, you should describe what your plans or describe your plans to promote aspects of Jamaican culture in your community. When you write your speech, be sure to include a description of 3 activities that will be a part of your plan, an explanation of how individuals in the community can benefit from participating in these activities. And your speech should be 3 to 4 paragraphs long. So to get this question correct, once we are able to provide 3 activities that could be used to promote aspects of Jamaican culture, and we provide a description of how each of these activities will highlight aspects of Jamaican culture, such as type of food, type of dance, or type of music to be played. And once we are able to give an explanation of how individuals can benefit from participating in these activities, then we will be able to get our full marks. So first, what we can do now is try to jot down 3 activities that we could use to promote aspects of the Jamaican culture. So we can say 3 activities, and this is our rough work before we start our writing, that can be used to promote so the aspects of Jamaican culture. What can we do to promote food? Jamaican food. So in the table here, we have Jamaican foods. That were contributed by Europeans, Africans, Chinese, and East Indians. What can we do to promote these foods? That's an aspect of Jamaican culture. So we can have foods here. We can either do a festival, a food festival. And talk about the different types of foods, what are the ingredients, how they are prepared, and how they were contributed or arrived in Jamaica. So we can talk about method of preparation. And these are just pre-writing strategies to flesh out our ideas. Method of preparation. Origin of foods. Ingredients. And this is if we know the ingredients. If we don't, that's fine. So we can have a food festival or a food competition. Like a cooking competition. And who can use the best African dish or something of the sort. Another aspect of Jamaican culture we can focus on is dance. Or we can have a talent or a dancing contest. And this can feature dances from a particular ethnic group. Whereas one, say for instance, in the dancing contest, one team is assigned a particular dance to do and the other team is assigned the one dance to do, and based on who does the dance correct, they'll get a prize or something. but we can expound on that idea. So we have looked at 2 activities, and the third activity could be a songwriting to do a songwriting. I'm trying to not let everything feature our own contest, but really that's how people participate. So when you tell Jamaicans, especially that they are in a competition and they will win something, that will encourage them to participate. And remember, we want to encourage the citizens in the community to participate in the activities. So we can write, again, songwriting contest. And these are my ideas. You can have your own ideas. Let me look back at the table about the music. So we can use different musical instruments. To say that songs must be accompanied by a musical instrument contributed by an ethnic group. So now we have highlighted 3 activities that can be used to promote aspects of Jamaican culture. And the aspects of Jamaican culture we're focusing on is food, dance, or dances, and music. So the activities we'll have is the food festival or competition. And in that, we can talk about them preparing foods, where the foods come from that they're preparing and what are the ingredients. We can talk about the dances and or do a dancing contest where the people from the community have to perform a particular dance from an ethnic group, and we can have a music or songwriting contest where songs must be accompanied by a musical instrument contributed by an ethnic group. So as long as these activities are expounded on where a description is given as to how each activity will highlight aspects of Jamaican culture, and we have basically created a format that we can use to provide us with ideas on how to expand on our thoughts here. So the food festival highlights Jamaican culture by showing the way Jamaican prepare their food, and it shows the diversity of the foods where they originate from. It also shows some of the ingredients that are in the food. So that's a highlight when we talk about the food aspect of Jamaican culture. And we can explain how individuals can benefit by participating in the festival competition because they would be highlighting their culinary skills, as well as, if necessary, we can say that when they participate in the festival, they can get, say they go on the local television station, or they will get a monthly supply of a particular food item, or they can get money as gifts. So these are just ideas that we can build upon. I'm going to be sharing how I go ahead and compile the essay now. And I'm going to be toggling back and forth between both documents so I can go to the sources and get the information from the sources and so on. So we can add our title. We can either label it or title it the Winners Project. Yes, let me go back with the same title. The Winners. And again, your ideas may vary from my ideas. I'm just giving you a guide as to what your essays can look like. So in our introduction, we will state the background of what we're trying to do. So I can write, of lately, I have noticed that many citizens in my community Rock Village are or have shown little or no interest with aspects of the Jamaican culture. All right, this is autocorrecting, but let it stay. Because we won't have autocorrect in the examination. In efforts to address this issue, I have planned 3 activities to highlight aspects of our fascinating culture. These activities are the Rock Village ethnic food contest, let me go back down to what I do. And we don't have to use all of the dances here. We kind of say the African dance. We don't have to use all of the ethnic groups. I'm gonna just say the African dance contest. And the music writing competition. So those are my 3 activities, and that's my introduction paragraph. All right. So I'm going to use the paragraph, the body paragraph now to explain what will take place in my activities. And how the activities will highlight aspects of the Jamaican culture. The Rock Village ethnic ethnic food contest aims to highlight the foods in the Jamaican culture that were brought here by different ethnic groups. This This will show how diverse Jamaican food is. This is just a rough draft of what we're writing. In the examination, you're going to be very focused on getting your final draft. But as you go along, you will be able to read over, you'll be able to fine tune your essay. Contestants are required to make an Jamaican dish from any ethnic group they choose. This activity will showcase each contestant's talents or culinary skills and shows how well they are able to recreate a traditional ethnic dish. Each contestant must prepare the food using the same method of preparation, ingredients, and state the origin of their food. The first, second, and third place contestant will receive And we want to include information from the sources. So we can go back here. So instead of saying any ethnic group, we can say make Jamaican dish from the, and state the specific ethnic group, the African, Chinese, European, and East Indian ethnic group. I'll read after I'm finished. I'm gonna go back to the source and copy an information. Contestants, let me put it here. And this is where I'm entering the information from the sources. Are required to prepare was not copied. You won't be able to copy and paste in the examination, so clearly you'd have to write those out. So there's many ways of quoting a source. This might be a little bit advanced for grade 5 students. I can say according to source two, seeing as this is what we're most accustomed. So that's one of the activities thus far. Again, when I'm reading over, I'll make sure that I check for grammatical errors. In this paragraph, what I've already done is spoken about the activity, how it will highlight Jamaican culture, and how individuals will benefit from it. So I didn't break that up into different paragraphs. So the next paragraph I'm going to be speaking about I'll go back to my adjustments. Okay. The dances. And then the next paragraph I'm going to use for music. And then the final paragraph I'll use for the conclusion. But you can see an idea of what the essay will look like as we go along. So I'm not going to write the entire paragraph. I'm going to finish up on the essay and share another video with just the essay alone and link the essay in the description below. But I can just go ahead and read what the essay already looks like. So it says the Winners Project. And remember, our audience is the community. So I'm speaking as if though I'm a resident in the community. And I'm trying to convince the other community members to participate in these activities that will display aspects of Jamaican culture. So the introduction reads, lately I have noticed that many citizens in my community of Rock Village have shown little or no interest in aspects of Jamaican culture. Let me just go back to the name. Yes, it's Rock Village. In effort to address this issue, I have planned 3 activities to highlight aspects of our fascinating culture. These activities are the Rock Village Ethnic Food Competition, the African Dance Contest, and the Music Writing Competition. The Rock Village Ethnic Food Contest aims to highlight the foods in the Jamaican culture that were brought here by different ethnic groups. This will show how diverse Jamaican food is. Contestants are required to prepare dishes such as eggs, buns, dukunos, manish water, rundown, sweet and sour chicken, chop suey, fried rice, and curry roti according to source 2. Contestants are required to make a Jamaican dish from the African, Chinese, European, and East Indian ethnic groups. This activity will showcase each contestant's culinary skills and show how well they're able to recreate a traditional ethnic dish. Each contestant must prepare the foods using the same method of preparation, ingredients, and state the origin of their food. The first, second, and third place contestants will receive prizes and an opportunity to be on the Rock Village television station, or we can say cooking show. And just call it a name, Creative Cooks. Or Creative Cooking on the Rock Village television station. So there I've managed to speak about what activity I will do. And then I spoke about how the activity will highlight this aspect of Jamaican culture, and I spoke about how the individuals will benefit. So that's a Very solid paragraph there. Again, as I said, these are just my ideas. You can go to the website. It will be linked in the description box below where you can download the actual paper and practice for your own and write your own essay. But that's where we end for this video. I wish you all the best in your examinations this week. We will have the examination on Wednesday and Thursday of this week. And continue to practice, use up the resources that I've given you. You can always go back over the paper just to see how well I would have answered the questions before. And as I said, I'll provide a link to the entire essay once it has been completed. But that's where we end for today.